Hello, this is Representative Eric Redmond with you with our weekly or bi-monthly broadcast about what are my priorities and what do we do here in the legislature. What have been my priorities in this 2016 session of representing District 2 citizens of Idaho? All of us look at life through our own lens based on how we were raised and the experiences we have encountered along the way. Certainly, many of us differ in how we see life through our own lens. When I represent you, who are in my district, I seek policy based on the lens and belief that the majority of District 2 families are believers in biblical principles, as I am. Again, my committees this year that I'm on are Health and Welfare, Commerce and Human Resources, and Local Government. Pretty much all the representatives on the House side, which are 70 of us, have 3 committees. On the Senate side, they have 2 committees. I had 5 bills drafted at the start of this session, now reduced to 4. The bill that I dropped was an amendment to the State Religious Freedom Bill. The reason I did is because there is a better bill that was drafted by Alliance Defending Freedom, the same group of attorneys based out of Arizona that defended the hitching post with the marriage issue. The 4 remaining bills I had drafted are, number 1, a bill to give blood-related family members the assurance they can visit another close family member, be it a parent or child, when under the control of a guardian or conservator because of a mental or physical handicap. This actionable bill was brought to me by Catherine Falk at a legislator conference I attended in San Diego. She was unable to visit her father, whom she had a close and loving relationship prior to his entering a hospital because of severe dementia. Her father was the actor Peter Falk of the Columbo detective series. Her stepmother, her dad's legal guardian, would not allow her to visit him during that time, and when he died, Catherine did not know it until she read it in the paper. Because of Catherine's compassion that others should not have to go through the grief she experienced, she has been instrumental in reaching out to legislators in multiple states which have now passed similar bills. Number 2 bill, a bill to give a parent or parents going through treatment for an addiction, mental or physical challenges, or just extreme poverty, the ability to allow another loving family who have been vetted to temporarily take in their child or children for up to a year without losing them to the state child protection foster program. Of course, those parents that are purposely physically or mentally abusive will still lose their children to the child protection foster program. This bill, called Safe Families, originated by an organization called Foundation for Government Accountability, where I and Senator Steve Vick, also a sponsor, attended their legislator conference in Florida. And similarly, I'm still working on a bill for Tim Remington and his Good Samaritan Rehabilitation Group, where the state feels he needs to be licensed in a certain area, that he is a nonprofit and he does not take any state money, so we're still working on to get that resolved. Number 3, another bill I had drafted is to protect our United States and Idaho constitutional laws from being undermined by foreign laws such as Sharia law. This bill is appropriately named Idaho Laws for Idaho Courts. And 4th, lastly, a marriage bill which I had originally drafted based on a civil union concept. After much discussion with legal staff and other representatives, I have now redrafted it to be a mere recording of a marriage affidavit, which takes the state out of the marriage licensing business and protects the religious beliefs of our county clerks and other local and state government employees. The couple can still go to their faith organization for a marriage ceremony if they choose, therefore allowing marriage to be sacred according to their beliefs. It allows the couple to receive the same benefits, federal or state, that are given to those who have a marriage license. This was brought about because, as you all know, 5 attorneys of the United States Supreme Court decided to legislate their description of marriage to our state. We, the citizens of Idaho, by nearly 2/3 vote, had in a prior year added to Article 3 of our Idaho State Constitution in a new Section 28 with the words, marriage. A marriage between a man and a woman is the only domestic legal union that shall be valid or recognized in this state. This section was added because the Idaho majority believe what Jesus stated in Matthew chapter 19, verses 4 to 5, and Mark 10, 6 through 8. Jesus said, "Have you not read that from the beginning the Creator made them male and female? For this reason a man will leave his father and mother and will be united with his wife, and the two will become one flesh." This has created a federal versus state legal dilemma. Do our citizens and our state truly have sovereignty, or is the federal supremacy clause master? It is a fact that neither our state nor our federal government are theocratic, ruled by religious leaders. Although our founders and the authors of our constitutions were most definitely Bible believers. Another Jesus quote in Matthew 22:15 through 22 and Mark 12:13 through 17. When the Pharisees came to Jesus to entrap him with his own words, they said to him, "Teacher, we know that you are truthful and teach the way of God in accordance with the truth. Is it right to pay taxes to Caesar or not?" Jesus said, "Hypocrites, why are you testing me? Show me the coin used for the tax." So they brought him a denarius. Jesus said to them, "Whose image is this, and whose inscription?" They replied, "Caesar's." Jesus said to them, "Then give to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's." With that said, I do not believe government should be in the marriage licensing business. Marriage is a sacred event sanctioned by God to reproduce. Of course, each of these bills must first go to a committee of the state legislature to see if the committee members are willing to introduce these bills to the House. And then, if the majority in the House vote acceptance, they go to a committee on the Senate side. And then to the full Senate for approval. Then finally, to the governor for acceptance or rejection. This process is why, with nearly 700 to 800 proposed bills each session, only approximately half will be added to state law and policy. Some of the other areas that we've had discussions on and that we're still working through is a primary care access program that the Department of Health and Welfare wants to do called PCAP. The key is to help those that are in poverty area, and that normally with a lot of states they've gone through Medicaid expansion. However, that is not our goal, to have the federal government control what goes on with those that are in need of health medical procedures. Excuse me. These PCAP individuals are adults 19 to 64 years old with no access to health insurance coverage, income below 100% federal poverty, $981 a month for one, or $1,328 per month for two. Must be a U.S. citizen or legal resident who meets 5-year requirement. Individuals move to appropriate coverage based on circumstances. Eligibility starts in the month of application and up to 12-month certification aligned with health coverage programs. One of the unique things about this medical home basis, where they have a home, so we're hoping that those in poverty level will have this doctor, usually community health programs at the hospitals or community health clinics at this time, so that they don't go to the emergency room where it is much more costly. And of course then that costs the catastrophic fund of the counties more money. They also have a benefit of prescription drugs at a deeply discounted price. For instance, a diabetes medication average wholesale price is $484. PCAP participant pays $17.16. Asthma inhaler, $85.39. A PCAP patient, $17.08. So that's another area where it'll be very beneficial to the individuals in this medical home. This process, this ability to move to a medical home is estimate there could be 78,000 individuals, but when we really discussed it, I think we're really looking at about 40,000, and instead of 30 million projected by the governor, I believe that we should be able to get down to 15 million. This would start January 1st of 2017. Of course, it has not been approved yet. We're still working on it. A couple other things I just wanted to mention. Idaho, insurance-wise, Idaho has the most affordable auto and homeowners premiums in the U.S. Average homeowners premium in Idaho is $538 annually. National average, $1,034. The average auto premium is $650 in Idaho annually. National average, $954. Just some interesting information. Did you know that Idaho is a national leader in job growth? In other words, we have more job growth than any other state in the union. With a 4% unemployment. Nationally, it's 5% unemployment. The cost of living is 8% lower than the national average. However, we do know Idaho median wages are 45 out of 51, with adjusted or cost of living 44 out of 51. One other big item is the employers are looking for workers in Idaho. This is through the Department of Labor Statistics, actually. And they're estimating that there will be one employee for every 2 jobs, qualified skilled labor. So that's an area that we do have to work as a state. Anyway, those are just some of the other areas that we've discussed in different committees while here this session. So we'll be talking to you later. Thank you.